punchy, these names like electronic arts, which seemed kind of really trendy at the time. And we kept, every now and then we kept thinking we were going to change it. But, you know, it shows how historic we are. And as I say, it consists of the International Board headquarters and the Advisory Committee. And it oversees the annual symposia with exhibitions and satellite events. And these are a list of final things of the many countries that we have visited over the years. And the 2019 expression of interest is to be reviewed at this meeting. So the main activities of Isea International to ensure the annual International Symposium on Electronic Art, review expressions of interest, select full bid proposals and make final decisions, oversee the archive, meeting on constitutional requirements, provide strategic overview operations, and liaise with headquarters and liaise with the IIC. So this is what the International Board are charged with. Just a little brief summary again, as people are coming in. A few pictures here. You may or may not see yourself up there. I hope we have copyright. So it used to be held biannually, and now it's held annually, which is exciting and wonderful, but challenging as well. This was Isea that was held in Sydney, Australia in 2013, which seems like a long time ago, but isn't. And I know there are various people from Sydney here, and I would like to congratulate them on their amazing symposium, just like I would everyone. Every year it's very different and challenging for each of the symposium hosts. They work themselves. I can't even describe it. In 2014, we held it in Dubai. Again, a very, very different experience from Sydney. The picture on my right-hand side, dyslexic I am, I never know which side I am on, was a dinner that was held on our behalf to talk about friendships and collaborations with Eastern Europe. And this is, whoops, you go, Vancouver, and Philippe is here. Okay, and I'm just going to show, can you bring it up so it's full screen? So this was last. I can do it without being on the network. Oh. Do you want to come and do this?
That's good. It's just a little mashup of last year. It's been done using only sounds and visuals that were captured last year and are available on our online archive, and so it might bring back some memories for some of you and create some new ones for others, and that's not what I want. That's
Nails it.
Bye. Wow, you guys are on for a lot of videos.
We have a vision of the future as well as the past. see the whole team of people that he had working with him as well. So I'll just carry on with my PowerPoint. So just to fill you in, as well as other things that I do in my life, my main activities of the headquarters are to promote Isea for potential future hosts, which we are showing today, and expressions of interest, and guiding the bidders through the long process, which does take about 3 or 4 years, and then carrying on working with the successful bidders to facilitate the event. And we always ask for a great report and a wonderful video as well that reminds us of all the amazing opportunities that happen there. And then I run a Facebook and an email list as we do, and we have a website, and also, obviously, I support the board. So today, we're going to have a presentation by Manizales, and for 2017, and also Durban, South Africa for 2018. And then we've got 2 expressions of interest today for 2019, Gwangju, South Korea. Oh, really? Oh, what have I done? Go on, you find it again. Sorry, it's up here. Which one? I'm glad you can see. Sorry. Well, you can take over from her. The wonders of technology. So we did have visuals.
Wrong city.
Which one? Yeah, so for expressions of interest for Isea 2019 at Gwangju, South Korea. And then Florence, Italy. What is it doing? Yeah, so and Ari's going to talk to you a little bit later about what's going on to keep you up to date with things. And so I would like to ask Manizales to come up and present opportunities for 2017. Okay.
Hi, buenas tardes. Good afternoon for everyone. I am very proud to present Isea 2017 in Manizales, Colombia. The University of Caldas will organize the symposium, a network of public and private Latin American institutions will support different activities of Isea. In the University of Caldas, we have been organizing the International Image Festival in the past 20 years. It's a meeting that every year brings together more than 1,000 digital artists, designers, and creators. The city of Manizales is considered as large campus because the numbers of university and its high quality of life. It is located in the region of the coffee cultural landscape, declared World Heritage Site by UNESCO. I now pass to Mauricio. Thank you very much.
Okay, Colombia is located in South America, of course, and the city is going to be Manizales, which is in the coffee cultural landscape area. Manizales is a city of knowledge because there are high quality universities accredited by the Ministry of Education. The quality of life is considered the best in Colombia. It ranks first at this moment. It's called the city of open doors because people is very welcome in the city. And there are historical architecture, mostly from the early 19th century. Manizales is a green city with sustainable mobility. We have diverse thermal zones from snow peaks to spring waters and also very nice valleys with summer-like weather. It's also known as a sunset factory. And we also call it as a university campus because of the number of universities. And the University of Caldas is the biggest university in the city. We have about 14,000 students at this moment with different faculties and colleges. And the university and the Department of Visual Design organize the International Image Festival, which is held every year. We have had a large number of assistants and speakers in the past. And it's the most important event in electronic arts and design in Latin America. And now, this event is proud to be the host of Isea 2017. We are now launching our call for papers and participation. There are 3 tracks in the call. One is academic, with paper, posters, panels, and institutional presentations. The creative call for artworks and design cases. And the learning call, which includes workshops, tutorials, roundtables, and artist talks. In the context of Manizales right now, the country and specifically the region is very biodiverse, and also many of you may know that in the last few years there have been talks of peace with a particular group, the biggest group that has been in war in the country. So we are very close to peace. It seems in the near future a very possibility. So the team is related with these 2 relevant issues in Colombia, and we have called the team Biocreation and Peace. And there are 5 sub-teams in the call. The first one is biocreation and data. We are asking how do artists integrate data and biological phenomenon in the creative process. Critical perspectives on the use of technology for peace. How can technology promote intercultural dialogues in peace and construction, and peace construction, sorry. Media art, landscape, and heritage. Does media art have the capacity to preserve heritage? Interdisciplinary platforms for coexistence. How can biological processes be used as source of inspiration and the generation of social possibilities for living in peace? And the last one is the cultural dimensions of biocreation and peace. Does the idea of peace have a larger role to play than simply resolving conflict? And we have, of course, different venues of the city for the event. The University of Caldas will be one of the main venues with different spaces. The university is now we expect for the next year to have a cultural center that will be used for the event. We also have a convention center called Expoferias. also a library, a big library with different exhibition rooms and for different activities. And we have a nice place called Recinto del Pensamiento, with not only the place that you see in the picture, but there are also some rooms and theaters for the event. And this is Manizales. We invite you to visit Isea.info. You can see the call for papers and participation there. And I'm going to show you a video of Colombia.
Please come and present. I know this is 2018, and there'll be opportunities to talk to the Manizales people. There'll be a question and answers later on in this session. Okay? Do you right?
So thank you for having us here. We're very, very excited about 2018. Great to be part of this context, but even greater to know that one day we'll be hosting this in South Africa. So first of all, thanks to Ali, the team. We've had various interactions thanks to Isea International. It has to be said that it's a great process that we've been through to be awarded. We got awarded in February. So what you're seeing right now is a collage and a montage of experiences and thoughts that we've got at the moment that we'd like to present to you and give you a sense of what we're thinking of for 2018 and then take it from there, hopefully with your input. So see this as an open session to invite you to be part of our process that we're preparing for. The beauty of who we are and what we do in South Africa is that we're in a context that has gone through a really complex history. We're in a context that is still dealing with the legacies of apartheid, incredible xenophobia, incredible challenges of urban spaces transforming, in a place where diversity is kind of the common denominator of our experience every day. And with that in mind, we are hoping that you can contribute to that diversity, being part of that journey. I refer to we. This is a collaboration between the City of Durban, the Durban University of Technology, the Convention Bureau of South Africa, and the Trinity Session. The 4 teams came together and bid for this opportunity, and we got awarded. Not only, I think, because it's the first time on the African continent, I hope that's not the only reason, but hopefully also because we have something else to offer. And one of the key themes or concepts that we'd like to offer is this idea, or this rough working idea of intersections. Intersections being, on the one hand, coded theoretical intersections, or kind of immersive, experiential, radical intersections of being in public space and actually bringing art, science, and technology together into public spheres, into public spaces, to reach out to understand the knowledge systems that make up our context. We have 11 official languages in South Africa. None of you probably speak most of those languages. So we're going to have to think about how do we marry this complexity of language systems and knowledge systems that are very different to the Iseas that you might have experienced to date. And how can we kind of bring the two worlds together? And so part of that, we're also considering that up until 1976, we didn't have television in our country. The internet came really late. We were part of a major cultural boycott that meant that we're constantly trying to play catch-up games with the rest of the world. We're constantly trying to see what is Europe doing, what is North America doing. And actually we realized very soon, after our new democracy kicked in, that we have a lot more to offer than trying to play catch-up games. And we're hoping that in 2018 we can compare our notes, expose these processes, and kind of bring the two worlds closer together, because I think we have a lot to offer. So in understanding what it means to be working as an artist and a cultural producer in that context, we have to also understand we don't have a gallery-going audience. Our museum and gallery audience is very small, so to be in a white cube is almost unnecessary in parts. We want to break down those walls. We want to move into public space. We want people to participate. We want to engage. And we, again, I repeat this, we invite you now, 2 years before the event, to engage with us. There might be great opportunities to actually see how we can have a lead-on program that leads towards Isea 18. And that lead-up program is quite important. The Durban University of Technology has something called DigiFest that they've been running and setting up to try and get the activities going around students presenting their digital work. And what we're doing is we're teaming up with DigiFest, and in September this year and then September next year, we'll be hosting a small version, a teeny weeny little version of Isea 2018 to try and establish a working process to create opportunities for people in South Africa that want to engage with the medium but are daunted by what you might be presenting to them because you're coming from a very different perspective. And so the idea is to kind of fuse these two worlds in the next 2 years. And then when it comes to Isea 2018, and as much as I'd like to say that that will be the moment, we're actually going to start aiming for 2019. And the reason for that is that there needs to be a legacy project around this. We don't want to just put on one moment that says, okay, we've all been here, thank you very much, goodbye. But we see this as a very important integrated program into developing not only Durban's image, Durban's identity, the university's identity, but also the practitioners that can hopefully offer more knowledge and yes, exposure to your future Iseas. So these are the kind of broad ideas that we're playing with at the moment. But to be much more practical about it, having had 3 months now to try and pull together something and we've actually worked quite fast at it, we have a wonderful delegation of people here. There's 6 of us that are in the room that from a diverse kind of backgrounds, the director of the Durban Art Gallery, lecturers, the Dean of Arts and Design from DUT, people in the performing arts. We've got a diverse number of people being exposed to what you've been presenting to us and are still presenting to us the next few days. And that exposure and the process of exposure will continue. We will ask of you that you send us your content. We will ask of you that you share your publications with us. We will ask of you that you're actually part of this network that we hope to infuse not only into Durban, but into other universities of South Africa, and obviously on the continent. I think we mustn't forget that we need to think Pan-African. We need to consider the amazing activities that are happening from all the way in Cairo. I was at Cairotronica a few weeks ago, witnessing some incredible work and discussion that's happening there, to what's happening in Dakar with the Dakar Biennale, all the way to Kenya, to Zimbabwe. These are all our neighbors and they're all part of our context, and we're really trying to connect them. So in this leader program, not only are we trying to reframe how we want to position ourselves and hopefully position Isea 2018 in this process, but we're also wondering what kind of offerings we can give you until 2018. And again, people have said to me, oh, can we go see the lions? Yes, you can come and see the lions. Can we go surf? Of course, great surf. And so what we are really thinking about is, it is a tourist destination. It's a wonderful country with all kinds of richness and wealth. And I mean, competing, we have some tourist videos. Well, I don't care about that right now. You know, go online and Google it, you'll find it.